A goalless draw at Oxford is next. Missed chances on both sides there. Then it's off to Ipswich and more misfortune.
Drilled in. And it's in! Brian Gale! Well, you have to say that Newcastle quite clearly did not do their homework for this game. If they had have done, they would know only too well that that's exactly where Gale has scored from earlier this season. Indeed, only 2 weeks ago, a tremendous corner and a tremendous header. That's his third of the season. And as I say, perhaps Newcastle hadn't done their homework thoroughly enough. And here's Christensen now. It's a good run. And he's still there. Christensen, just wide. Well, a tremendous run. Hill now. Sweeney there. Oh, runs into trouble. Hill looks for Kiwomya. He's onside. Can he bring it down now? Tries to find Milton. Milton's still there. And it's there! 2-0. Simon Milton. Well, really, he was not a favourite for that one. But that doesn't matter. In she went. Let's have a look at it again. Hill chipped it up. A little bit hopeful. Now, Kiwomya heads it back for Milton. 3 men around him, gets the first touch, looks to be off balance, but the kick was just enough to beat John Burridge. And that's 5 goals this year for Simon Milton. 36 minutes gone, Ipswich 2, Newcastle 0. And 8 was managed to get Sweeney away. Hill. Now time here for Christensen. Now time here for Liam O'Brien, and he could have done better. Liam O'Brien really given far too much space, and not a bad effort, but a let-off for Ipswich. Just before half-time, O'Brien, the former Manchester United player, could quite easily have put Newcastle well in the game there. And Faraday is through, Forrest to beat. Tremendous save. Well, the one major lapse in defence by Ipswich, almost very costly on the stroke of half-time. Great turn, great pass. Faraday got the better of Brian Gale. Forrest comes out, and as Faraday looked to place it, Forrest did very well. Good goalkeeping. Burridge with the kick, looking for Quinn. And Linnigan needs to be there. He's been beaten by Sloan. Sloan round Forrest, and no doubts about that. That's a penalty in anybody's money. Absolutely no doubts about that. Well, let's see it again. Scott Sloan, the substitute, got clear of Linnigan. A mistake by Linnigan. Round Forrest, and Forrest brought him down. Absolutely no doubt about that. And Forrest indeed will be booked by referee Roger Wiseman, although it does raise the question again that under the new laws of the game this year, if a forward is brought down as he's making for goal deliberately, you have to say some referees have interpreted that as a sending off offence. And 2-1. Mickey Quinn struck it firmly and beat Forrest. 5 minutes into the second half, Newcastle are back in the game. Quinn to Forrest's right. He guessed the right way, but it was struck too hard. So they're happy. Newcastle, no doubt, are far happier. They've been thrown a lifeline early in the second half. There's another one for Kiwomya and Stockwell to chase. Sweeney brings it down and knocks it forward for Quinn. Quinn onside, and with a chance here to make it 2-2, just wide. Ipswich simply have to tighten up at the back. They very nearly paid the price for some sloppy marking again there. Knocked forward, Quinn onside, got the better there of Johnson. Good shot, Forrest got a touch, it's a corner. Newcastle throw. And Brock's made a quick run from the throw-in. Can he get a shot in? He can indeed. Saved by Forrest, away by Johnson. What a let-off. Kevin Brock very nearly got the equaliser there. Quinn. And Forrester's come off his line, and Frank Gallup may well have earned Ipswich the full 3 points with that saving header. As Christensen came in, Forrest came, he checked, Quinn did well, and Gallup and Christensen are there. Gallup making his 250th appearance. That'll be the moment he'll remember. At the end there, again from up top, it looked as if the equaliser might stand. How did you see it?
I thought it was a good goal. I couldn't see anybody being offside because both players came in on the blind side, behind the fullback and Sloan there. I was very surprised to see the flag going up, and obviously very disappointed from our own point of view.
And an all-round performance, you happy with the performance, notwithstanding the result?
Apart from the first half hour, I think we dominated the game. I thought we made the best chances in the game. We should have had 2 or 3 goals, we didn't. We were 2-0 down before we knew it. I had a mountain to climb, and it's really difficult in those situations. But as I said, we've got to look at the strong points, look at the positive side of it. But to come to a place like Ipswich and make as many chances as we did has got to be positive, and we've got to take it from there.
Right, so things are backing up for you this season.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. 3 or 4 first-team appearances so far, and a bit earlier than expected.
And the first one against Oxford?
First one away at Oxford, 20 minutes run out, and then the week after that, a full half against Ipswich.
Were you nervous at all?
No, funny enough, actually, not. I was more nervous for me actually first full game than I was for coming on as substitute, because I was sort of just dragged on without. I'd been warming up all game, so I was more or less ready all the time, and the boss just said, "Come on, time to go on," and you didn't have really time to think about it.
So you just went in and acted naturally?
That was it, yeah. Acted naturally, yeah. Right foot in front of left.
The crowd down to 14,000 for what's to become an unhappy misty night at home to struggling Charlton. Steve Lindsay, the former Manchester City player, driving them in front after a quarter of an hour. Robert Lee gets a second one before half-time. Rather subdued atmosphere in the second half as United look for the goal which will put them back into it. But they're up against one of the best goalkeepers in the division in Charlton's Bob Boulder. And the chances do come along. It's going to be one of those nights where they just don't hit the target. Worse to come as the young Charlton striker Gordon Watson gets going on a long run, pursued by Roy Aitken. Penalty is the decision, to the disappointment of the home players and crowd. Mark Reed, once of Celtic, does it from the penalty spot. Shame that one of United's best goals of the season couldn't have graced a better occasion. This is Kevin Brock. Lovely free kick, but too little too late on this occasion.
What's been your best moment so far this season?
Struggling to think of one. I suppose scoring the goal against Charlton, although obviously we were 3-0 down and it was a bad performance. It was good to get a goal, and so I was looking forward to playing in the next few matches. But obviously I've missed them since that time. But I think once you get your first goal, then you can start, looking to score a few more, and that's something that I definitely want to do this season.
We can cite that game against Charlton because that was a really shock result, wasn't it? Do you feel that teams have sort of found you out this season, or is it the fact that it's just that Newcastle United aren't playing to their full strength?
I think it's just that we're not playing to our full strength, with injuries and with lack of, with a few players. We haven't been able to have a set pattern of play, where last season we played 4 across the back, 4 in midfield, and then Mickey and Mark up front, but we haven't been able to do that this time. And I think a lot of teams are coming here and thinking, well, we're at Newcastle United, we haven't got anything to lose in going out and more relaxed maybe than they would if they were expected to do something, especially with our home form last season. And if anything, that's letting us down this time.
I bet the air was blue in the dressing room after that game.
It was, yeah. Both at half time and after the game, but I mean that's to be expected. We were expecting to win that and give us a platform to go on from there, but we didn't do it, and so we're back to square one again.
How different was it playing in the first team?
Funny enough, I wouldn't say it's actually easier, but you get there's a lot more talking between the players and the passes you receive tend to be better. The thing that makes it hard is actually the pace of the game. The play's a lot quicker.
But there's more support play from the others, of course.
Yeah. So that balances itself out.
Yeah.
And really the reserves anyway, you've got potential first team players playing in it. So the gap isn't as wide as many people think.
So really, the injury problem has been a plus for you?
Well, from my point of view, yeah, it's been a plus. But as you can see from our position, it hasn't been